Hi, my name is Dinh. I'm now learning linguistics at Educai faculty. Today I want to tell you about the history of Vietnamese language in Vietnam. Hope that I can give you the overview about this topic. So, let's go. Vietnamese, tiếng Việt, is an Austroasiatic language that originated in Vietnam, where it is the nation and official language, spoken natively by an estimated 76 million people as of 2009. It is the native language of the Vietnamese King people, as well as a first or second language for the many ethnic minorities of Vietnam. As the result of Vietnamese immigration and cultural influence, Vietnamese speakers are found throughout the world, notably in East and Southeast Asia, North America, Australia, and Western Europe. Vietnamese has also been officially recognized as a minority language in Czech Republic. Vietnamese language divided into four periods: Viet Minh language, Chinese characters, Nom scripts, chữ Nom, and Vietnamese alphabet, quốc ngữ. Vietnamese language is the official language of Vietnam. It is a language of native origin. This language came into being in the agricultural civilization in the north of Red River and Mã River in Vietnam. According to the explanation of André Georges Rodriguez in 1954, Viet Minh in early AD included languages and local language without diacritics. Later, a large number of Viet Minh who lived in the highland of Nghệ An, Thanh Hóa, Hòa Bình, and Sơn La residents left northern mountainous areas for plain areas to produce and develop in Red River Delta. There is a condition to form the credo of King people. In the process of this emigration, the language was changed that some final consonant disappeared, which made the change in ending syllable and consonants. Chinese language. From the beginning of the BC to the 10th century, it can be said that in that time, Vietnamese have their own language. However, the thousand-year Chinese domination left the most profound influence in Vietnam. Vietnam was under the domination of Chinese feudalism. Chinese language and its characters were imposed by officials in Vietnam. Over the period of over 1,000 years, most of inscriptions on the stele were by Chinese characters. During the time of the northern domination, under the Chinese policy of the Han Dynasty, Chinese language was taught in Vietnam and Vietnamese people accepted the new language in parallel with Vietnamese speech. Although Vietnamese people absorbed Chinese character, they have also translated and changed many Chinese words into Vietnamese ways, called Sino-Vietnamese. Since then, many Sino-Vietnamese words have entered the Vietnamese vocabulary. The development of Chinese in Vietnam during the northern period was parallel with the development of Chinese in China at that time. However, in 938, after Ngo Quyen's victory in Bạch Đằng River, the Vietnamese were independent and no longer dependent on the north, but the language was still heavily written by Han Chinese. Even though Vietnamese feudal dynasties remained using Chinese and regarded it as an official writing system in all documents, organization of education and examination in Chinese language became popular. But the Chinese language was no longer a living language. Nom scripts, chữ Nom, or quốc âm, national sound, is a logographic writing system formerly used to write the Vietnamese language. When Vietnam gained its autonomy, Vietnamese people created Nom character based on rules of Chinese language to record what they spoke. Since then, Vietnamese language became important and rapidly developed. Although Vietnamese language was not used in official documents, education, and examination, it became the most powerful language in the entire territory of Vietnam. Until the early 20th century, the Nom was widely used between the 15th and 19th centuries by Vietnam's cultural elite, including women, for popular works, many in verse. One of the best-known pieces of Vietnamese literature, The Tale of Kiều, was composed in chữ Nom. In the 1900s, the Latin-based Vietnamese alphabet created by Jesuit missionaries displayed Nom as the preferred way to record Vietnamese, while Chinese characters are still used for decorative, historic, and ceremonial value and as symbols of good luck. Nom character had fallen into disuse in any other function in modern Vietnam in favor of the alphabet. The task of preservation and study Vietnamese text written in Nom but also Chinese text in Vietnam is conducted by the Institute of Hà Nom Studies in Hanoi. Vietnamese alphabet quốc ngữ. The Vietnamese alphabet chữ quốc ngữ, literally national script, in the modern writing system for the Vietnamese language. The formation of present day Vietnamese alphabet was related to the mission of the Western missionaries. Vietnamese alphabet is type of language formed in accordance with recording by Latin alphabets with words used in Europe for the long time ago. The alphabet is largely derived from the Portuguese, although the usage of G8 and GI was borrowed from Italian, compare Ghetto Giuseppe, and therefore C, K, Q, U from Greek and Latin, compare Canis, Kinesis, Quo Vadis, mirroring the English usage of these letters, compare cat, kite, queen. Now there are 29 letters in Vietnamese alphabet. There are 6 tones which are marked in the IPA as suprainstrumental following the phonemic value. There you can see the tumbling ma, the sharp ma, level ma, asking ma, heavy ma, hanging ma, 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 and it uses all the letters of the ISO basic Latin alphabet except for F, J, W, and Z. The aforementioned letters are only used to write loan words. Prior to the advent of 21st century computer-assisted typesetting method, the act of typesetting and printing Vietnamese had been described as a nightmare due to the number of accents and diacritics. In the 1800s, the French colonialism resulted in the abolition of education, examination, and using Chinese language. Cultural documents in Vietnamese alphabet were published and popularized significantly. Besides, the exposure to French and French culture triggered the establishment of Vietnam Press and modern prose in Vietnamese alphabet. The victory of August Revolution contributed in bringing tone to Vietnamese language. Then Vietnamese grew rapidly and comprehensively in Vietnam. This presents the face of the modern Vietnamese language that Vietnamese people use today. Throughout history, Vietnamese language still retains its root through constantly acquires and learns from other languages to enrich itself. And that's all about history of Vietnamese language. Hope that I could give you a little bit knowledge, the overview about the history of Vietnamese language. Thank you for your attention.